Hello and welcome back, Frill Nation. This is a very special episode of OK Bloomer. If you were ever on LiveJournal between the years of 2005 to 2010, you may remember the notorious, dare I say infamous, Celticfreefall, who terrorized all of the EGL and drama groups available to her. And sitting with me today is the well-known and dangerous character of Celticfreefall, as well as my co-host, it's Rachel Darling. So, Celticfreefall, or rather Emily, welcome to OK Bloomer, my show about old lolitas.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm old. I got old and fat.
So I'm here to bring the young people perspective.
The young vibe.
Yeah. Hello, internets.
The Zoomer vibe, is that what the kids say?
I think Zoomers, I'm a millennial. I think Zoomers below me.
Oh, really?
I think you're Zillennial.
I thought you were like on the cusp, honestly.
Yeah,
I didn't realize. Are you like in the middle?
Yeah.
Why do y'all hate so much?
I'd like to know that too.
We are not on your side. Like, okay, but yeah, sorry.
So yeah, we just thought that, we would have some quarantine and sit and chat and reminisce a little bit. So thank you for joining us. So.
Fun times. Fun times on Get Off EGL. Where to start? I'm really sorry.
How did you get started in Lolita fashion?
I blame you, really.
It's a good move. Solid.
So for those who don't know, me and our hostess have a prolonged history. We actually met in college. I basically invaded her dorm room after she had like a shit roommate situation.
She was the worst.
She was the absolute worst. And we kicked her out and then I moved in. So that probably should have like set the stage for the continued relationship that we've had for all the fucking years. So
What was your EGL name?
Mach 2 Kudo. So if you remember me, I was a fat bitch who couldn't take criticism.
Oh, those were the days, man. We would go into Joanne Fabric.
Such a child.
I mean, we all really were.
Yeah.
It just, like, the self-reflecting is really, really hard.
Yeah.
I have
a lot of cringing.
Yeah, you have a lot of secondhand embarrassment about, because you see people that are doing similar things that you did in the past, and you're like, oh, child, oh, honey. Oh, honey, stop. But I think that we talked about my Meme Moite, and like we looked at EGL Bibles and stuff together. I remember because you had them in the dorm room.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what is this awesome fashion? At that point in time in my life, I believe that I remember moving into college with like Junko jeans and like baggy, bright teal tech pants that you could zip off at the knee and stuff. Do you remember the days?
Look, the early 2000s were the pinnacle of fashion.
Junko jeans
ever top it.
No, I mean, y'all are missing out. I could
Lolita though.
They were tense. I could shelter people inside of my pants. They were enormous. The bigger the jeans, the closer to God. Hi, puppy. Don't mind the dogs. It's okay. Yeah, it was a fun time to be alive. And then we eventually got into purchasing. I think that the first thing I purchased was hello, doggy. I wish that they could see. He's like, wait, go there.
Go on, stinky butt.
I think that I went through Crescent shopping service and I purchased something from Baby.
Oh God, you just
was
tickled a brain memory.
Yeah. Do you remember Crescent shopping service?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, and that was during the time period of oh my God, what was the name of that one? There was one. Sana. There was one person that did shopping service, and there was one person that did shoes. Who?
Klaba did
Klaba,
shoes. Yeah. That was, yeah. So you had
one
Klaba
place.
online.
That was it.
If you couldn't get through, if you wanted something besides Secret Shop or Antina on eBay, there's also Refuse to Be Usual on eBay. I've tried to find them. They don't really have the same items now, yeah. Otherwise, you could go through Klaba, who was kind of the first Taobao reseller.
Yeah.
Him and Cutie Land.
Yeah.
I will probably do an episode on them in the future. But yeah, so
that was how you got Lolita.
Damn kids don't know how good you have it.
You fucking don't understand the struggles that we went
Back
through.
in our day.
Back in our
Remember when
day.
there was no lace market? I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember when we sold each other our secondhand bloomers on LiveJournal? Because that was a thing.
Damaged, stained, dirty socks.
And we were grateful to have those stained, dirty socks.
Before shipping.
Yeah, it was fun trying to get a hold of. Secondhand didn't really exist other than the fact that if you're purchasing it off of somebody who is in the Western world, and after the miracle of all miracles was when Metamorphose opened up, and I was like, "Do you want to buy our dress today? Do you want to buy it?" Click. Like,
yes,
we're going shopping.
Who's responsible for getting me my first brand?
I'm very sorry.
You're such a meta stan.
Yeah, we appreciated the shit out of that, and then I purchased many things. I think my first order, I ordered like 2 or 3 different parasols. I was so fucking excited. It was amazing.
You do have a lot of parasols.
I have a parasol collection.
Cute.
It's bad. I actually collect antique parasols too. I'm in the process of like getting one for my wedding, and I'm excited. But it was interesting. And then of course, because you get engrossed in this community, it's really niche. And because LiveJournal, everybody knew one another for the most part. I mean, when people popped on, you definitely noticed because it was very insular. The same people were really active, and you had your icon, and everybody knew you by my Zebra Snape icon. Which still they have like a little friggin' like one of the little like mini chibi figurine things, and I think I'm buying one of those. It looks exactly like the stupid icon that I had back in the day.
Oh, the Nendoroid around?
Yeah. Yes, those. I found one, and they did a Snape one, and it has like multiple different facial expressions.
It's so true, because a friend that I don't think either of you have met, I said, "Did you know Celticfreefall?" She goes, "Who's she obsessed with Zebra Snape?"
It's like the one thing people remember. It's really bad. Or like, oh, the bitch. I'm okay with it. I own it. I don't care. I just got really frustrated with people because we did so much work to kind of document stuff because information access was so hard back then because you relied on people translating stuff for you. Out of their own, like the kindness of their heart. Like Helena and stuff did a lot of stuff back in the day to do translation. And
who was what?
On LiveJournal, she was Helena, the Osaka Koneko.
Yeah.
She also owned Kinky Kitty, which was an alternative brand that did Lolita fashion as well as just general alternative fashion for several years.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yep.
Detroit Helena in this house.
So much love. Oh man,
my fairy goth mother.
Yeah, she's like everybody's favorite goth queen. Honestly, she's amazing, and I love her.
Yeah.
But she did a lot of work, and then there was it Noir?
Maybe
the one with the angels on the side and the black back.
Oh, Avant Gauche.
Avant Gauche.
Yeah.
Avant Gauche did like a bunch of scanlations.
Yeah, I touched on them briefly in that GLB episode.
You did a really good job on that because that was huge. I remember spending like hours on there, like flipping through like lookbooks and the stuff, trying to get inspiration. I'm like, maybe I can recreate this, like going and like rolling around at Joanne Fabrics and.
That was it. It was, it was interesting because so much of Lolita was originally handmade in Japan. And then when it started to filter into the US, it had to start off so very much handmade because of the difficulties we had in purchasing and, freedom units. We didn't know what the fuck a centimeter was. Still not entirely sure it's real, but okay.
Yeah. They're imperial.
Yeah. It was funny because like everybody would teach themselves basic like hiragana, katakana for like bust and waist, and that was all you needed to know. And then you would like memorize, okay, this one is for the JSKs, and you knew where it was on the website, and you track down, you're like, oh, they just released this. Somebody needs to go to the store and go get it and like do a shopping service for me. And it was trash and it sucked.
It was very patchy. Because there was no Chrome Auto Translate. There was nothing. So it was entirely memorization. There was, you didn't have someone holding your hand, walking you through how to order. I know Meta had their English site. They said, I think it was released in like 2004, 2005, so shortly after. And they accepted overseas payments. Baby only accepted international bank transfer.
Yes.
Innocent World?
Innocent World originally refused anything, and then they started doing international bank transfers, and then they moved into doing, I think originally they created like a separate page almost. And then it got merged internally.
Right.
Baby kind of did that slightly a little bit too for a while because they did the Baby California page and I won't hate, but
it wasn't. It's functional.
It's functional. The San Fran, which they do what they can. I mean, it's difficult because they're operating with a company that's so ungodly remote for their stocking and everything. So we weren't particularly pleased trying to get a hold of stuff from there. But it was a process, and I don't know, it was wild.
Angelic Pretty sold through Tenso for a bit, didn't they?
They did, and then Moi Memi Moite sold through Subi Japan.
Yeah, that I remember.
Which was...
I think they still do.
They still do. They still stock stuff on there.
Tenso is now Bai.
Tenso is merged with Bai, I believe. And then Moi Memi Moite also does selling through Wonderworld.
Yeah.
For brand new releases and clothing. But back in the day, we all had to do a lot of work to get a hold of the clothing. And then the shoes were horrible. I remember you're going to remember the first meetup we ever went to, which I think was circa 2005.
Yeah.
And I wore a pair of, I want to say that they were like the old school, like cupcake, like platform black shoes.
Either Montreal or double deckers.
They were Montreal. I remember because they said, I was like, oh, look, I'm from Canada too. And we were walking through the woods, and it was like us and maybe 3 or 4 other girls.
I remember Amber was there.
Amber Carter was there.
Yeah.
Yes, Amber Carter was there.
Stunner.
Yes.
Love that bitch.
Yes, she is
gorgeous.
With impeccable taste. Mm-hmm. And she saved my ass because the shoes were so cheap that the glue, like the bottom and the shoe, like separated. So my shoes were like, crocodiling. And she's like, bitch, I got nail glue for that. It's fine. And she glued it, and they stayed like that for like 5 years. But they were so cheaply made, and it was pleather, and it would deteriorate, and they were worse than like brand pleather shoes. Yeah. So it was bad. It's really bad. I found them when I moved. And I found the white pair because I only ever wore the black ones because I was like, dark goth kid. And I opened it up because I had them in like, sleeves, and I opened it up and they like crumbled and fell apart.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I like touched it and they were like,
yeah, time just, took its toll.
Yeah.
So did you two help found Great Lakes Lolitas together there?
No. It was in existence before us.
Yeah. The Live Journal page came into existence in 2006. I don't remember who started it originally, but I know they handed it off to Amber Frabel.
Yeah.
And so she became the mod there. And that was why when we did the 10th anniversary, she was a guest of honor, and we gave her like a ticket to the place. Because it was like, hey, you were a mod for a while. She was like, I mean, I guess. So, and that's, I think, this was something that I want to go in depth a little bit more on, is that was the advantage to LiveJournal over Facebook. Yeah. Because with Facebook, you have a million different groups. You don't always see everything in those groups, or you see it out of time order because Facebook don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And with LiveJournal, it was very rigid. Like, you would see everything in a daily order. And you had big but tightly knit groups. So you had EGL, which was like the main hub for everyone.
Mm-hmm. And like Germany, everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the whole English-speaking world.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And that's what you would always go to first, was EGL. And then if you wanted to shop, then you would go to EGL Comp Sales, which split off, when? Like 2009?
2009, 2010, I want to say. And it was a big thing. I remember like voting on it. There was a lot of input on it. There was a lot of drama, and it was just getting too big. was the problem. And so you would be looking for, discussion posts or, the thing that I love, basically the subject, everything was getting drowned because of the sales post. There was just too many of them that you couldn't find like the regular content in the sales posts.
Okay.
So they were like, okay, we're going to create a separate, specific, functioning group oriented towards sales. And a lot of thought and process went into that. And they were talking about moderation. It was a big deal, and it was a major step forward for the community. The thing that I really miss about EGL was that with like positive frills, and I think we were talking about this earlier, is that it is singular person oriented, and I miss doing community posts on EGL. Like we would have meetups, and then we would do like, okay, well, our entire organization had a meetup, and we would cherry pick from everybody's photos and post so that you could like go to the meetup even though you weren't there. Mm-hmm. I mean, which depending if you're friends with people, you can do that on their main page because most people do that on Facebook, but you can't like sit in for like the British Lolitas going to a London meetup and see what they did there. Like you could on EGL. So
sounds like a good idea for Facebook.
Yeah. I think that it's a missing link in kind of like the cultural aspect of Lolita.
Yeah, I think that's the hindrance with Facebook is it's way too easy to segregate for every little thing. So you have, instead of it being about inclusion and creating a safe space, it's more about just sectioning everything off. So you would have EGL as your main hub for discussion, etc. Similar in function to Ruffle Chat now. And then you would have EGL Comp Sales or the Lolita Sales in English page. And then you would have your group's community page. So regional, the Great Lakes Lolitas or the Chicago Girls.
Yep. New York,
and
California.
And the thing is, most people just kind of stick with the community of people near them.
Yeah.
But to backtrack a little bit, I think what also led to EGL Comp Sales blowing up was the accessibility of brand increasing.
Yes. That's a good point, honestly. And that's entirely correct. Because before, secondhand sales were so rare because the items themselves were so rare just in Western communities. People were either making their own stuff or cobbling things together, and then the sales were infrequent. And with the availability to order directly from brand web pages, the proliferation of goods became, contributed to that. I mean, I remember when they would have, back in the day, you could order, before Baby even like went through and did English conversion, you could order from Baby and not speak a lick of Japanese. It was, you could do it. And I did. People would have like, it was like definitely like a challenge. Like if anything ever went wrong.
People who are even like too scared to use shopping services.
Yeah, no, I mean, we were going blind. We were like, here's some money, send us something.
You're going to translate.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
It was very like, I want to say faith-based.
It was.
Because, you were basically like throwing $300 into the digital ether, like, hello, foreign person I've never met. Please take my money and send me goods.
Yeah.
And you just had to trust
that they wouldn't shit on you. Yeah. It was... Yeah, and like people would have screenshots of like you click this specific button and input this here, and then like
there'd be whole tutorials.
Yeah, there'd be whole tutorials on how to order from stuff without speaking anything and utilizing the Japanese websites. So it'd be like, okay, like I really hope that I didn't like choose that this needs to go to Fujiwara or like like really fuck it up and like put like a prefecture and like they not have them notice that the name kind of. You would have to go through and, take your name and put it into katakana.
Oh.
Purpose. Like you have to you'd be like, there were people that would offer to do it. And you'd be like, I need my name in katakana so I can order from Baby. Can you please help me? And then you're like, here. And you'd be like, copy, please.
Were there horror stories of people doing it wrong and just never getting their goods?
Not really from like the main brands, but shopping services, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, people got hosed on shopping services.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There was one, because the issue tended to be that community members would move to Japan to either work or live for whatever reason, and then as a side job that they would do shopping service stuff.
Okay.
And I think that for a lot of people, just because, they would live nowhere the hell near Tokyo or, wherever they needed to go to the brand store. And it was a big thing for them to have to go purchase things because you have to take
pretty expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
And to travel,
It is. And they'd be doing it for, like a side job, side money. But if you screw it up, like if you go there and like the store is closed. And then so sometimes like this item would sell out and then like they would go AWOL because of embarrassment or what have you. Or people would just like take the money and then just like drop off the face of the earth. That was a huge thing with like initial indie brands as well, honestly, where they would do pre-orders and they would never deliver. Okay. I'm trying to remember what that one dude was. It was I
feel like would be fairly common for cosplay too.
I feel like it was connected to Klabo, but it wasn't.
It was connected. Yeah, it was connected to Klabo, but I think it was like a person who used to work for Klabo as a shopping service, you remember, as a translator. And then they started their own brand. And it was Gothic oriented. I remember, because I was interested in buying a dress, and I was so happy that I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people would have to, like, PayPal poke their way onto getting their money back.
Yeah.
So
we also, I think the majority of the community at large, no one knew what the hell production time was. We were used to, insert money, receive item. And so you would have companies like Secret Shop do pre-order, especially for tea party shoes in weird colors or in custom sizes, so plus size shoes.
Yeah, basically. Like size 11 and like 9 to
And people would be getting pissed off because they'd be like, well, it's like a 3 to 4 month turnaround and we have to get so many shoes. So the factory deems it worth it to actually process this order.
Yeah.
And people had never encountered that before. And they would like lose their minds. They're like, it's been 6 weeks. And it's like, yeah, they said 3 to 4 months, bro.
Yeah.
Like it takes time.
Yeah.
And that was actually kind of a nice lesson for me later for the bridal industry. It was like, yeah, they have a crap ton of orders. These factories have multiple other customers to assist. So it is going to take time. It would be wonderful if, we could just have our stuff in a week, but that's not feasible if you're getting something custom made.
Right.
Yeah. I think Amazon has really kind of screwed everyone over because they just constantly have a giant warehouse full of crap and Bezos robots to get it for you.
Fire robots.
I think it works. And
we're sorry if you work for Amazon.
Right. And so yeah, to sit there and again, throw $40 or $50, especially because we were in college. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And then to just hope that one day a damaged, beat up box from DHL would just show up on your doorstep with your, illicit knockoff shoes inside.
It would totally happen too. I mean,
DHL was the devil. They're still the devil.
I fucking hate DHL from the bottom of my cold dead heart. The worst. Oh my god, they suck so bad. And mind you, me and Denise lived in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just Denise I'm sure has memories because we would go, because we lived like 3.5 to 4 hours away from like any type of meetup that we would go to because we lived so welcome to Michiganders. We have a map. It's attached to our bodies and actually I'm doing it back. It's that way. Okay, all right. But yeah, so like Detroit's here. No, wait, holy shit. Like here, right? Yeah. Okay, this is where everything is. Like particularly here.
Detroit's like a ball of.
Am I? I'm bad. Okay.
We live in Michigan. We don't know where the hell anything is.
I'm directionally challenged, but like having a heavy hand helps. But we lived way the fuck up here. So that was like
WP, eh?
We were Mount Pleasant bitches.
Fire up chips.
Solo cups. Living that chips life. Yeah, we live nowhere the fuck near anything. So we would go to meetups. Oh, dude, no.
Central was cool.
It's nice.
It wasn't tech.
It wasn't that.
Sorry, Chrissy, I love you.
Chin chin. We would fall asleep on like the way back and stuff because it was so far away.
Yeah. We would drive 2 hours one way just to see other Lolitas.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
It was amazing every time.
Aw.
But that also did not help with DHL because they couldn't fucking find where we lived. Like, I remember getting an order once and the dude had to drive from Ann Arbor. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
And I was living in.
That's pretty far.
I felt so terrible for the dude because I lived in a townhome community that was just recently built, so it didn't exist on the maps back then. Like, this is before Google was on top of everything. Mm-hmm. There was huge swaths of the country that didn't fucking exist on the maps then. So this dude,
TomTom or whatever.
Yeah, I had a Garmin. I have a Garmin. I'm sure somewhere. Got rid of it yet. But he drove all the way out to my townhouse from Ann Arbor to Mount Pleasant and could not find it.
I do remember that.
Because I tried to order body line.
Yeah.
And then it got stuck in the ether. And I basically had to call this dude's boss and like harass him to get my shit. Because he just wasn't going to come back. He was like, we're trying to get back. And I was like, it's not my fault you can't find where I live. Like, sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Stop and ask at the Walmarts. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you lived in like some sort of privet drive nightmare. It was just a row of identical townhouses.
It was a row of identical townhouses, and there were no owls. And I kind of lived under the stairs, but it was nice. It was
a cute town.
It was a cute townhouse. I liked that house.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite like living solo experiences was living there. But yeah, DHL fucking sucks. And at one point in time, I bought a pair of so in Kamikaze Girls,
there'll be an episode coming.
I have the DVD as well. So and I also have the translated book.
I have a book.
Yeah.
You have the manga too.
I have the manga too. Yeah.
Whoa.
We were serious.
I'm
were
trying to be
interested.
serious, but I'm just never gonna be.
Like if you're you have to have all of the literature.
You gotta have the matching underpants. Just saying. I mean, the holy underpants. We need to go all the way. But yeah, no. She has the double decker antenna. Are the antenna rocking horseshoes?
Maybe.
Yes.
Antenna?
If they had like
antenna.
And
thinking like
no, there's difference.
There was two.
There's two. There's antenna and antenna.
Oh.
You see the shit we had to deal.
Yeah, and like she didn't have actual Vivian Westwoods, but she had like the bubble toe, and they were solid hardwood on the bottom. And I bought them secondhand off of a lady in Germany for $50, and the shipping was almost equal to the fucking shoes. And they were really hard to find back then. They did like a limited run of them. They sold them only in Japan. And I got them from secondhand from a lady who had purchased them from Japan because I wanted the fucking Kamikaze Girl shoes. I wanted to live that life. Mm-hmm. And I tried to have them shipped to where my mom was living because I was visiting with her for Christmas. And this was in the middle of a mountain town in Colorado, in Idaho Springs, which is in the middle of also bumfuck nowhere. And they did not go where they were supposed to go. They were supposed to go to like a P.O. box there. Mm-hmm. And instead they shipped them to the house, but the house doesn't exist like on paper, like with the USPS. Right. So they went all the way around like to Detroit to me. And my mom got them like a year later. And then I get this phone call from my mom who's like giggling maniacally in the background. My mom's an identical twin with like her twin sister. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're trying on your shoes. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, they're weird. They've got like really thick soles. Like, I thought those were gone forever. Like, it's just, I mean, shit like that happened. It was an easy thing to do. So, yeah. It's my shit shoe story. And then I sold them for $250 afterwards. So fuck yeah. I wish I had kept them, but I did not. So
I was trying to find a pair of like rocking horse shoes recently because I got the bug and I was like, I need a new
Yeah.
You can't find them.
No, you fucking can't find them.
Yeah.
That and the I love the heart baby the buckle shoes.
Yes.
Yes. They're so comfortable.
They still have them on the website, I think.
I think that they do.
Baby's like, fuck it, we're cranking these out till the end of time.
Dude, I'm happy about that. There's they brought like the tiered dresses, like the basic like old school dresses that they brought back because of like the resurgence and people. That was weird to me. I was shocked because, I mean, do you remember? Okay, so like radioactive candy became popular. Shh, I'm sorry.
Radioactive cupcakes?
Radioactive cupcakes.
I think the real name is Miracle Whip.
Yeah.
No, it's,
I don't know the difference.
I don't know.
I but like when neon colors and candy and like the crazy colors came in, all of that shit. You do wear a lot of candy.
Because you're so sweet.
It's true. I get cavities. You're so rotten. Just joking. Right, yeah, right.
Forgot to put my rings on too.
Aww. You can go get them if you want to. That's all right. Want to.
Go get your rings.
Go get your rings. That shit became popular, and then like all of the old school stuff, you could buy like a baby dress for $30.
Yeah.
And so like I was happy that Baby brought them back, but at the same time, I was pissed that I couldn't get onto Yahoo Japan and like Mercari and buy $15 baby dress.
But yeah, so
all of that just kind of like made a huge difference, though, because you remembered people's handles more than you remembered their names.
I think you want like icons, handles, and then like their actual names.
Yeah. I mean, because a lot of people remember my name and not what I look like. I feel like more than anything, even though I did do a lot of like daily Lolita posts and stuff like that back in the day. I missed that. That was fun. I don't feel like Closet of Frills really holds up to that because it's all kind of, their algorithm is shit for that. I really wish it was time oriented because so many people just get skipped over and
I think you actually can switch it to time.
Oh, can you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see that requires.
Show you.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I always. I wish people would tag their dresses more because I'll type in the print name to try and get ideas for whatever I just got. Yeah.
That's nice, though.
People should tag their petticoats and wigs more too.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I'd love. Sometimes you want to know.
Yeah.
That poof is the perfect shape that I'm looking for. Where'd you buy that?
And they're like, oh, it's a square dance petticoat that I got off eBay for $10. Wait!
You should remember the petticoat?
I remember.
Tell that story.
Which petticoat? Yours?
The one that came in like the box.
Was yours.
I know, it was awful.
So
about my first petticoat.
Let's talk for a minute about petticoats.
Let's talk about eBay. Because that's where, wasn't that eBay?
Yeah.
It was.
Because that was the only place you could buy, y'all.
It was horrific. I tried to buy this baby dress. Okay, so we all know like the old fashioned like princess. You're picturing it in your head.
Oh yeah, it's already locked in my mind.
Oh my god, it was so bad. The velveteen like princess dress with like the bustle, the side bustling where you could like the straps in the back.
There's someone that is gonna find this video someday.
That
owns that dress and is gonna go.
I sold it. Somebody bought it, but like it was so shitty that we tried to dye it.
Sees this.
And so like the lace was red and the rest of the dress was pink. After I tried to dye it to make it better, and it came with a petticoat that I bought. And mind you, the petticoat came in a box.
It was legit. It was the tiniest fucking box I've ever. Like I've ordered nail polish that came in bigger boxes.
Yeah. So I pulled it out and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And it was like,
it was tiny.
It was a piece of tulle.
Bless Me Likes Tea. They did not sponsor this video. For
if you can.
They have decent petticoats. I'm wearing one right now. I know you can't tell because I'm sitting down. But yeah, they have great petticoats, and that has continued to be the struggle, is to get petticoats with the appropriate fullness, appropriate shape, decent price For a long time, I remember like Leg Avenue. No, Malcolm Modes was.
I still wear Malcolm Modes.
Yeah, they were hitting people up like, "What's the shape you guys are looking for?"
They actually tried. They were liaising with like people in the community, trying to.
I've only heard that like marketing people infiltrating groups more recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
they
that.
didn't infiltrate, but had some people had reached out to them like, "Hey, would you ever consider like doing
I hope they would. I'm wearing one right now.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a modified one. What I do is I still to this day do this because they wear like fucking iron.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can destroy this. I can put it through the laundry. Like it is indestructible. And what you do is you take the top, because it's a triple layer, and then you take the top layer and you just slightly pull it up and tuck it and restitch. And it creates the cupcake layer.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy. I mean, and this is the same petticoat that I've been wearing for 20 years. Which is disgusting. I wash it, okay? I washed it. It's fine.
Wash your fracking clothes.
Wash your fracking clothes. Yeah. But that continues to be a problem, and I didn't think about that. You're right. Mm-hmm. That forever. There's never been like the holy grail of petticoats. Mm-hmm. People have holy grail dresses. I'm not fucking holy grail petticoat. Mm-hmm. Like, just I want to be like the Death Star. Just
yeah. We should call it the Death Star. We should created a new business opportunity.
Go beyond the ultimate poof.
Yeah. Death Star.
Straight to Death Star.
Death Star poof. The poof will be ludicrous.
Call her Big Petty. Does she got a big petty?
I always think of the line from Cardi B's Money Bag, like, you can tell from the front, I got ass behind me.
Oh my God.
No, mine was 2 Chainz reference. She got a big booty because I call her big booty.
Everybody's trying to get to get saved in the phone number big booty.
Shit that you do not expect to come out of people's mouths. The first time I came over to your house and stuff, and we were like hanging out, and that was so unexpected to me.
Really?
Yeah, I did not peg you as a person who listened to rap music at all, and I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I can't hang though.
Sorry.
There's a very interesting. This has also been noted through the years, is that there is this weird intersection of Lolita fashion and sort of a smattering of drag culture and rap music.
Yeah.
I don't know about rap music, but I love the drag look.
I think that rap music is utilized in like the meme culture that goes along with Lolita.
Naturally.
I mean, there's MC Melody Doll. But
yeah. And people who tend to use it with like, parody stuff. But,
we've even talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, that was more Seven Rings. Is that a rap song?
No.
It's pop.
But yeah, so
like my head, G-Days, Drink Holic.
Because there was a live journal group called, I think it was called Voodoo or something like that. So it was UDU, and it was basically, it's fine.
That keeps happening.
Yeah. What happened?
Slowly the tape.
No one can tell.
Don't judge my tape job.
Too late. But yeah, and it was it was a little questionable at the time, but yeah, you would basically go on and you would sort of pose and posture like you were a gangster. And talk about how street and how much of a bad bitch you were in your Philly dresses.
We should make a TikTok about that. We saw relevant material prior to the making of this video. But I remember Snoop Dogg Lolita being a meme way back in the day.
I like that.
It was funny. It was basically like Leave Lolita. With like, Snoop Dogg would totally hang out with us. So. Look, he's got the top hat. He's fine. That man likes Martha Stewart. He's fine.
If you're ever in the Michigan area, let us know.
I heard he's actually pretty active on Reddit.
I believe it. He seems like a cool dude.
Okay,
he's on Reddit though.
How badly do you want Snoop Dogg to join our com? How badly?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 20.
I'm just imagining Snoop Dogg at a meetup.
He would be so confused.
He could make like a 420 meetup.
tea sandwiches and shit.
He wouldn't give a fuck.
We could talk about recipes with him.
We
Like,
could. The man likes to cook.
yeah, apparently he makes a mean lobster thermidor.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
That would be amazing.
All right with it.
Fucking, hanging out, making tea sandwiches.
Trying to think what, like, Paradiso or something. And, oh, here's our feedback. Who would you like as a special guest next year?
Yes.
We just
Obviously,
all
Snoop fucking Dogg. Write it in, y'all.
Right in Snoop Dogg.
Write in Snoop Dogg. See if they can deliver. I don't know if he's within budget.
Paradiso, just like,
Just what the fuck is wrong with you people?
he would have to be
silence.
A judge. He'd have to be a judge.
He would.
Of the OG version.
Yeah, interesting. Ah,
He judges the rap portion that they have to add.
yeah.
And then the following year, we can write in a drag queen, and they can.
This is places that went
the
unexpected.
drag.
Yeah, well, drag culture, yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, we're so out there with fashion, so the fact that drag culture is similar does not surprise me at all. Especially because they like petticoats and
Don't
stuff.
like it, but
Oh, really?
oh my gosh, yes! I got to see Trixie Mattel live recently, and a lot of her stand-up was so relatable.
Oh, really?
To me as a Lolita. Like, she had jokes about wearing multiple wigs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, been there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like outfits that made things hard, or being in a public place with like full makeup on,
yeah.
only half done, like, outfit wise. And I'm just like, preach.
Oh, girl. Been there.
Or even
been
like,
there.
because I've been watching Pose on Netflix. And I don't know why, but I see so much overlap with these houses and having a house mom. And just in the com and how I kind of handle it as like the com mom.
I've been calling you drag mom for a while.
That's true.
I want to harness Electra's power. I want to have an amazing like speech and those killer cheekbones. Just be like, you are not on my level.
No, bitch! You are not on my level!
People are very confused, though. They either think that we're like party princesses. Are you in a play?
Oh.
All of the usual rounds of things.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really care.
Elsa.
I'm Elsa. Yeah. I'm going to put a spell on you. Yeah. It's called Get the Fuck Away From Me.
Let it go.
Let it go. Yeah.
Just death metal also. That's...
Yeah. Have you seen that Pixar short? Death Metal Elsa?
No.
I'm joking. I made it up.
You should do it. I'm shocked that's not a thing.
I guess else there is everything else. So yeah.
There is everything else.
I was in a metal band for a hot minute in
You're
high
so
school.
straight.
Oh my god! I can.
Are you serious?
I didn't know that.
Real?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was the singer, and then we had my friend Reba on drums.
That's the best backstory I've ever heard for like, because I've made up shit for people.
Oh, like when they
what are
ask.
you doing? Are you in a play? And I'm like, I'm in a band.
I had one dude convinced that I was a dominatrix at work.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very proud of myself on
That's
that
pretty
one.
good.
Because
With all the black, like, shoes and stuff. I guess I could
like high heeled shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, "Do you make good money?" And I was like, "I fucking wish I did."
Then, honey, you're not a very good dummy.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm not. It's just bad at my job, okay? Oh,
I'm too nice.
it reminds me of
That's me too.
the meme. What was the old meme of? Who was that one weird bitch selfie something that with the on the treadmill where she was talking about working out? Memories time.
She was external thing.
This is like
Okay.
She was
like a suicide girl.
Oh, was she?
She was a suicide girl without being on Suicide Girls.
Yeah, she was in that
what?
genre.
Yeah.
Okay. I
She
didn't know that was
and then
a
there
thing.
was who was
Thought
the
you
other
either
one?
were hired by that company or
Yeah.
not.
She just, risque photos.
She did.
Okay.
She was like an alternative cam girl of the in the alternative like gothy variety. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Which is like what Suicide Girl basically is.
Yeah.
It's like OnlyFans, but for goth chicks.
Mm-hmm. No, I've heard of it. I know a girl that like auditions and stuff. Even.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, that's pretty successful for a
Yeah.
She's really hot.
Like, she's made it.
She made it.
Yeah.
She makes good money. But yeah, it was of that nature, which was super, super duper like not okay with people back in the day. Mainly because everybody thought that it was some sort of perverted thing. I mean, I feel like the Nabokov.
Okay.
Well, it's become more enculturated. Like we've shown up on fucking like what not to wear and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like the
That
living dolls
show,
thing.
The
that
Stitches
episode
did a react
makes me
to
so-
that episode.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
was
god,
pretty good.
I need to watch it because I feel like
When I
people
was
are
a
more
kid,
aware of what stuff
that
is.
show in general. I was like,
It's
they all look
cringe.
the same.
It's cringe.
They're being kind of rude.
They make turn people into white bread monsters.
Yeah.
The one hostess, Stacy, is actually, she did an interview recently that the Stitches also covered, where she kind of discussed, like, we weren't learning how to help people figure out their own sense of style. We were just, throwing
Yes.
the same paisley items at them.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it's
they're
true.
throwing them into trendy items that would make them look quote unquote normal.
Yeah.
So
I think the issue with was just kind of how she presented herself. There wasn't it was a lot harder to get general social acceptance. Like,
yeah.
and
Didn't she
She
post
had
other
some-
girls too? I remember there being some sort of like issue where she belonged to kind of like a little
she was like
daddy
on
daughter
FetLife or
thing.
something.
She was on FetLife, and she went to like a meetup, and she had pictures taken with other girls, and then she posted them on the FetLife being like, "Daddy,
That-
fuck me."
that
Was
was-
that it?
I
Or
don't
was
know
that
if she
Great
posted that
Blossom?
exactly. There was something like that where it was,
Okay.
she was, she was on FetLife. That's one thing. That's fine. But she
Yeah.
was specifically bringing in pictures of other people with them unaware.
And name dropping
Into
like,
her
without
fetish.
permission. So
And
it
that's
was
what's not cool.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, so-
she should have just tried to find it out.
I don't. It was awkward. And then there was this whole thing where she was like, she blogged about how she was like so Lolita that she worked out in Lolita and like she ran on treadmill and high heels and bloomers. And I just embedded in my
terrible
memory.
MS Paint.
Yeah, it was like an MS Paint drawing where it was like a
I
stick
thought she just
figure with
asked about it. Like,
ribbons.
does anyone know like Lolita workout clothing? And everyone was like,
What the fuck are you talking about?
just wear a ratty shirt and a fucking pajama pants or something.
This was back in the day when they did the Lolita lifestyle thing too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's gonna die as well.
Yeah, people were really
Lifestylers.
they were
Princess, whatever her name was.
really- no.
I forget.
But yeah, people were really obsessed with the idea of
No.
every element literally being Lolita. So like you went to work in Lolita fashion. It's like not feasible.
If it didn't
Worked out
conform.
in it.
Yeah, if it wasn't
Yeah.
like if it didn't conform with that specific like visionary lifestyle, then you needed to cut it out of your life.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There was like
so
a
they took
whole movement.
Kamikaze Girls like seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
She's like,
why can't
I'm
you
only
be
gonna eat
lovely?
sweets.
Yeah. And I think that was a huge part of the
Yeah.
judgment was it was feeling so like you had such shortcomings because you couldn't be Lolita every day.
Yeah,
And so instead you got mad at others because it wasn't feasible to be Lolita at all times forever. And you would lash out at others and dismiss like their level of Lolita-ness.
Yeah.
Because, you work out in workout clothes.
Yeah.
I work out in cotton bloomers and an AP t-shirt.
it was
Like,
dumb. It was very stupid.
It was
It was-
flexing.
I mean,
yeah, that didn't need to happen.
You're not on my
That's
level.
crazy. It was, yeah. It was entirely that.
I feel like being like hardcore was kind of like a backlash to that as well because I got so pissed off at people being stupid. I mean, because there was the whole like worldview of okay, well, when you're especially because it was so niche and it was so uncommon back then, whereas it's proliferated like hugely in the United States since then. It's become more and more common. But if you're dressed in Lolita, you're representing the whole community. So the weight of the whole community is on your shoulders. So the things that are coming out of your mouth, you need to be a good representation of the lifestyle and the fashion because people are going to encounter you and they're going to make judgment calls about the community as a whole because of their interaction with you. I mean, a lot of people are like that with like trans people. So they'd be like, oh, well, you can't swear in public and you can't do this, that, or the other thing. Like
I
you should
thought
like this
swearing was very
movie.
Lolita.
It is now.
It is
because
now.
We kind of
decided
as
that's
a
how
group
we're
that
gonna be.
people needed to get fucked. and stop being
We're not child friendly. We're not here
Yeah.
for your kids.
I'm not here to.
Don't hand me your baby.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I'll probably be nice, but
I mean, not necessarily like.
it will feel awkward.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like that's the whole thing. Is that like it's clothing and you wear it, and it's not a persona. It's not cosplaying.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of people don't really feel that way, but
No, and a lot of people. I mean,
get
and
it? It's costuming.
more power to them if they need to feel that way, and if it brings them pleasure, and if it's something that is good for them and they enjoy it, they're welcome to. But trying to like institute that on other people is both restrictive and wrong.
Right.
So, and that was part of like me blowing up on like everybody in like the community that would do that, because I thought it was so stupid. Like, and at that point in time, I mean, I as Denise knows, I played ice hockey for 20 years. I come from a culture where like I got into fist fights and stuff like that. And that's not necessarily like Lolita friendly, to say the least.
No, we'll fight you.
And yeah, like I'll be like, bitch, I'll fucking throw down. Like there were people that were like that. Who
Who's
was
this?
Oh my god.
Why does that sound so familiar?
She was a giant troll in the community.
Okay.
It was a big thing, and I got like so wrapped up in it because she just harassed the shit out of me. But at the same time, it was a cyclical thing, and I fed into it. I actually had a discussion with her. I can't remember. I think I told
if
you
you're
about
watching
that,
this,
but- I'm sorry. Sorry, not
Call
sorry, because
us.
you were rude. But I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
probably.
don't.
I kind of want to do an episode on her because there was so much cult mystery around her. She was like,
it was intriguing.
she
I
was
think
the anonymous, or she was the gossip girl.
she was the gossip girl. of
XOXO,
Lolita.
XO.
We really can do an episode on that. And I have to dig back. I'm trying to remember. I think that I contacted her on Instagram at one point in time because I was just kind of like reminiscing on stuff. And I was like, I wonder if she was going through like a really bad time in her life. Like, I wonder what was within her that was kind of like driving her to do those kinds of things that were really, really, I guess, like fracturing the community in a weird way, or just being, it was like, there was like a fissure. It became a giant thing.
Yeah.
And when we found out who it was like a massive big deal. We found out who was behind this. Like, she had like a blog about like Lolita lifestyle, except like militant. Like, I'm trying to remember what the name of the one lady, like Princess something or other.
Yeah.
And she had like this lifestyle oriented website and blog, but it was all like suggestion and like, oh, well, this is how I do things. And I think that, it might be beneficial for people to see what I'm doing. But she was like, nope, if you're black, you can't be a Lolita. And like other stuff in a similar vein. Because she's like, oh, well, I don't think that you particularly look good in those clothes. So among other things, I mean, it was a long, drawn out drama. But I reached out to her on Instagram and I was like, why did you do this? Like, and she had created like a fake like mirror of my own account, pretending to be me. At one point in time,
Yeah.
I was not necessarily catfished or
the other end of it,
impersonated.
I was
doppelganger.
impersonated
like,
by a catfish or
doppelganger.
something, Yeah.
And I was self-reflective too, because I was like, I understand that I was, very in your face about it, and that I was confrontational, and that I created a feedback loop in that. But like, did you have things going on? Like, what? Like, are you
feel like
okay?
even if she said
And
no,
she did. She did.
Oh, okay.
Like, she was very open about it. She's like, I was going through some really rough
trolls
times,
usually are.
but- yeah. So
Almost always.
yeah,
In
because
my experience.
they're working through their things in the public forum by doing that. But that's a story for another day. That's
Like
a good
for part
history
2.
there. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and share.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's like and like there's so many other different people that I can think of. And this is all like live journal stuff that's pretty well been forgotten, other than like fucking dinosaurs like us who
Yeah.
remember all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it really does kind of like, it's a snapshot in time of what the community was like at that time period, because the dynamics were different and what people expected out of you were different.
Mhm.
So it's more close now.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to represent my community for most part.
Right.
Give up. I don't care.
Please join Walking Closet of Frills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say maybe the community needs to hear as a whole from your experience?
I feel
World peace.
world peace. What's your favorite date? Oh, like a Saturday or a Tuesday. Gonna get full congeniality. Honestly, I feel like people need to feel free to get creative and to branch out and to wear things the way that they want to. I mean, you never necessarily have to post something to Closet of Frills or anything, but I feel like there's like a cookie cutter aspect of it, and that's forever been an issue where I feel like more and more creativity is being embraced within the fashion as a whole, where there's more alternative ways of utilizing brand pieces, using different footwear, using different hosiery, like not wearing blouses, things that, you know, were absolute no-nos back in the day. Even the cut of the skirts, the length of the dress, all those things that we really, really railed against back because we wanted there to be some sort of conformity because we felt like we weren't doing it right and we wanted to be respected by the Japanese community and we branched out from there. So I feel like people feel
No,
pressured
we're fine
to
with
do
not
that.
being respected by the Japanese.
I don't give two
No.
shits, nip. No, I'm just joking. But I mean, people really kind of it's like putting pussy on a pedestal. It's like putting a lolita on a pedestal. And you need to be able to have fun with the clothing that you wear. Like, I prefer using a lot of historical notes in my shit, which has become more and more a thing. People using like t-shirts and stuff. I don't care. I want you to have fun. I want people to enjoy their clothing. Don't feel like you need to just do it for a photo shoot. It's hard. I know for me, I don't usually get dressed up into Lolita unless I'm going somewhere with friends for the most part, because that's how I enjoy it. But you should be utilizing the clothes the way that brings you the most joy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of people need to kind of hear that. Don't let people's critiques kill you on the inside. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. And also buy accessories.
Yes.
All I do is buy main pieces and then I fucking forget to buy anything else that goes with it.
That's why you just do all black.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We were talking about how I was going to get ready yesterday and they're like, what are you wearing? I'm like, I don't know, black shit. I'm just going to like throw all this stuff on the floor and figure it out. I don't know.
Now you're not even wearing black.
No, I know. I should have. It probably would have been more fitting. But
I do like the brush though. It's cute.
oh, I love it. I had so much fun. I'm trying to remember who made it. I want to say, please, let this be on the back of it. Lily of the Valley.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, Lily of the Valley is lovely.
She's super sweet. She's been at 30 so a couple times.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
She did this. She did that. I have a brooch up here that she also made that matches, and I sent her a picture of the print. This was on, I think, Small Business Monday.
Okay.
And so she did batch sets. So she's like, okay, I will make something so that will match like a piece or whatever, and you get like 3 things.
Nice.
Love it. I have a couple different of her hair pieces, and they are wonderful. And I also shout out to Lilith at Adalia. I freaking love your pieces. They're wonderful.
Links in the description. No, just kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. Please support your Black Lolita, lovely people who are in business. But yeah, so have fucking fun with it. There's never too little, too many, unless you're Brenda.
God bless Brenda.
I was amazed at what like the beautiful things she's selling. That I don't think she's even worn.
I know. She's a collector though, and some people are like that too. where they,
She has more of an art gallery.
yeah.
Because that's how I feel too.
Sort of a brand
I
museum.
just like to look at it.
I hope someday I would love to go visit her out in Alaska.
That would be so cool.
And just film, like just going through and just having her talk about pieces.
I got
Brenda.
to see
Hey, we've got ideas for
the
you.
storage unit.
I know.
Oh God, that's
I
But
wonder
it
if she still
wasn't-
has it.
I don't know.
No, that's why it was.
Yeah, I think she was able to empty it.
It was just a much smaller amount
It
of
was-
her collection.
Y'all, the storage unit,
Because she was clearing it out.
it was probably about
but I got some good deals.
like this big, maybe a wee bit smaller, but not by much. And it was
Filled.
about this big.
Filled with them.
Yeah, and she just had just stacks of organizers just all around the walls, and just and it was like you walking like, how does one person?
Yeah, and I mean that's the trouble, honestly, that I'm running into now with the level that my collection is at. Is that I forget that I have shit, like genuinely forget, and then I have that was what I ran into today. Is I was cutting tags off of things to put them on my body, and I'm like, I fucking didn't realize that I owned this. I didn't know. Where did this come from? And then I have like stuff that I've gotten too fat and it doesn't fit anymore, and I haven't even worn it yet. It's like really dumb.
This is Don Emporium. Ever heard of it?
I need to do that. I also need to exercise, but
She's busy though.
I've already been harassing the shit out of her for my my wedding gown shit, so that's
You're
bad
doing
enough.
a wedding gown?
Yeah, maybe.
If you want anything covering your arms, you're gonna have something custom
I'm
made.
gonna have to
Like
have
at
it
least a
custom made.
jacket or sleeves or something.
I feel comfortable.
I do know someone who got married in one of the baby wedding dresses. It
Yeah.
was really cool. And on her wedding day, she posted a sneak peek photo, and the designer did message her and said she looked great. And thank you for choosing my dress on your wedding day.
Aw, that's really cool.
I think that's cute because then it's
Yeah.
like it's an extra special touch instead of having a dress that theoretically anyone could go into that shop and also purchase it.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit more unique, at least over in the U.S.
Yeah.
which I think is what's special about it.
Yeah, people have different expectations of dresses, and definitely from like a lolita standpoint, I'm so used to wearing like a full skirt and things like that.
I kind of imagine like the long veil and train or something.
Yeah.
Like you want the full fantasy.
I want the whole shebang. I would like the fingertip veil.
Because
and all
you're your
that.
daddy's only girl.
Fuck that.
He needs to see his little girl on her wedding day, being your princess.
Oh God, it hurts so bad, but it's true. Ah, burns. Oh, the light it burns. Yeah. Lily at the weddings.
There's been a couple.
There's been a couple. My friend, I think we have the same friend. Maybe. Did she got married in a baby dress?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and her
Stephanie.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know Stephanie.
Oh, I was at
Yeah.
her wedding.
I know. I was jealous.
Why didn't you come?
Oh, we're not very close. I met
Me
her.
either, but I
Did she
wanted to
invite
see a
you?
Lolita wedding.
No.
But
Oh.
she invited anyone.
I didn't make it. I
Specifically not.
if I had
I think she
asked-
just wanted the seats all filled with Lolitas, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because
Yeah.
I was like,
I would've
I've met
gone.
like
I at that point in time
you
I
should
was
have been there
working.
plus one.
Yeah, well, bitch.
I would have gone too.
What? Wow, that would have been great. I even stayed with some like good people.
Aw. Y'all are good for my wedding, so let's put it that way. Because
What do you mean?
I don't even know what I'm. Fucking pandemic, guys. Like this
I feel like
sucks.
we're not very close. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Like an invite?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the whole commons.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be like
I just
your
want-
parents
well,
and his parents
I
and then
want-
the entire Lolita.
That's what I
Not
want.
the full com.
It would be amazing just to make everybody as uncomfortable as physically possible. Is really my goal.
Wait, is the dress code Lolita? Is the dress code Lolita?
Yeah,
Because that's how Stephanie.
How big can I go?
Oh, yeah. I don't care. You can go big or go home, bitch. I don't
Be my
care.
plus one.
As long as you, I mean, if you want
I
to wear
guess Jason
off-white,
can
I
come,
don't
like
care.
he lived with her and stuff.
Back to Lolita land. I'm
Yes.
sorry, we got off topic. I made that all about me, and I apologize.
There's definitely something fun about a giant group of Lolitas. So like you see one or two,
Oh,
it's
fuck
like,
yeah.
oh, that's kind of weird.
This is our
Must be
Lolita
like a
bar hopping
play or
adventure
something.
that we've decided.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But once you get like 10, 15, like when we did the anniversary and we had 50 girls.
And we fold up
in
the whole time.
Yeah, and I think people were just like, it short circuits something in their brain. Like they can't handle what they're seeing. They're just
Yeah. I don't know if you guys out there have ever experienced this driving in Lolita specifically, but like where the people beside you on the highway, they stop paying attention to like staying in their lane because they're staring at you and they slowly ease over. And they come like really close and they're like, oh, and they jerk back into their lane. That was happening to me on my way here today.
Oh.
I don't like it, but at the same time, it's
I
funny.
like going through the drive-through.
I fucking love it. I should do that
They
more
never
often.
say anything, but
Oh,
they
God.
smile as they give you their, like, what are you, like a birthday party?
Yeah.
Not knowing, like,
Yeah.
I had somebody wave at me on the highway today.
oh,
They were like, hey!
it's really cute.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
I like running into like a grocery store before or after a meeting. Because people either no one says shit or you get at least like they'll have like one grandma like you look fantastic. And she does the scan. She does the
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
you've got the whole and you're like, bitch, I know. Like
Yeah. She's like, when I was a kid, I used to wear clothes like
Actually,
that.
what's funny is I usually forget that I'm dressed up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and you're like, what are you saying?
Very good. I had a lot of fun. I think it was
And I'm
after
like, oh, this.
it was after your Halloween tea where I was like in punk. And I had to stop at Kroger on my way home. And I'm just traipsing, giant Doc Martens up to my knees and traipsing around in my plaid with my hair up in big buns. And no one saying shit to me. It's like, she's scared.
Don't fuck with that one. She might kill you.
But then a giant skirt, like, it doesn't compute. Like, there's safety pins. But then there's petticoats. Like, what's going on?
What's going on?
I'm confused.
I live to
Are
confuse.
you like Princess Tiana? Is that more of a Aurora thing? Like,
Yeah.
I totally enjoy creeping out normies. Not gonna
I've
lie.
gotten all kinds of weird ones. Shopkins, Build-A-Bears.
Shopping's a little weird.
Right,
Shopkins
yeah,
are very
Disney
weird.
Princess, Mrs. Lovett in Sweet. That one was great. I was wearing Milky Planet.
That's not even close.
Apparently, that's what was what was playing at the local theater.
Oh.
Are you Mrs. Lovett?
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want me to be.
Start
Hey.
signing autographs.
Yeah.
Remember the time we were early to a meet and we went in that bookstore and there was the guy who like had us like sign autographs.
I forgot about that. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a memory.
I just reached
I've
deep in
told
that
people
thing.
that I'm a model doing photo shoots before too, and for some reason Sophia was the one, even though she was a Molly too, to be like, "Don't talk to my models.
Oh my god,
Leave
that's
them
amazing.
alone."
I need Sophia.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
We're doing a photo shoot.
She needs to have
Stop
her faux
distracting my
mustache.
models.
She needs her faux. Hello.
Hello, yes.
These are my girls. They are busy. They are very busy.
I just picture the lady from like, was it The Incredibles? with
Yeah,
the glasses.
Edna Mode.
But then take like a thing of a fake eyelash and you put it on her upper lip.
Yeah.
Because we did that, what was
Edgar
it?
Allan
Yeah, the
Poe.
scavenger hunt, and everything was Edgar Allan Poe theme, and we were Team Raven.
Yeah.
And so she decided to dress up as Poe, so she literally like glued a fake eyelash to her upper
Yeah,
lip.
she couldn't get a mustache in time, so
It
she
was
just put some eyelash.
That's a special level of
It was
great.
the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. Like,
Did
I
she eat
love-
with it on and everything?
No, she would put it on for like photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's amazing.
like, hello.
Don't talk to my girls.
Do not
Don't
talk to
speak
some
to my
models.
Do not talk to
employees.
Susie Madden.
Some models are busy. It's not time for you. I don't know something about it. I gotta find that video. That video's great.
Wait, we still have the Instagram. It's on the Instagram.
The Instagram knows all.
It does. I'll go look.
I hope they do that again.
I know. I know they've been slacking on it because Courtney's AWOL and Brenda is AWOL.
Well, I guess now it's Team Raven's scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I have time now.
I'm not in charge of it. It is not mine. It's
Yeah.
Courtney's and Brenda's. It has nothing to do with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we can do the worldwide one if we want.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Meetup ideas
No,
because
it's
we've
called?
done everything because we've been in it for 20
Glitchways
years.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be fun to do
So
like
many meetup ideas.
Christmas in July.
What?
I
I do have a Christmas.
Everybody does.
Christmas.
I do have two Christmas-ish.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I think it would be. I didn't think of this soon enough, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway because Corona.
Yeah.
Do a Halloween party. So
Oh.
like end of May.
We're halfway to Halloween.
Yeah,
That already happened.
That'd be fun.
We're not fixing it.
No, I'm sorry,
The rest
guys.
is gonna fall.
We're not
I don't give a
fixing
shit. It's just I've had too much wine by this point. It's,
I mean, if you want photos, we'll have
Yeah.
that's true.
it's fine.
I did.
That can be a future us problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
They haven't had enough to drink yet.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are enjoying this because yeah, I haven't had a whole bottle of wine in about a hot minute.
Probably like 12 years.
Around about. It's probably
Coming.
been. It's probably been. It was very enjoyable though. Oh fuck! That startled me and I don't know why.
Aw.
Okay.
You're easily startled. You're like a baby bird.
Did you stop drinking while you're going through chemo? Are you still going through chemo?
I'm not going through chemo right now. Thank God. They wanted to put me back on it preemptively because I reached like that threshold in the bloodstream. And I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. So I'm not on anything. And then like my next blood test, it hit lower. So I was like, oh, well, look at that. You didn't have to fuck me up. No, I didn't. I drink occasionally. Not gonna lie. Like once or twice.
Well, I don't think that they ever told me I couldn't. It made me feel
Don't
sick.
want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel so sick that you don't want
Yeah,
to.
you're hammering your body with enough bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
I think they were a little like, if you want to do it, just
They basically told me
it's the worst
that
that can happen
Yeah,
to you.
it's-
when
yeah.
you're 30. Yeah.
as
You have
long as-
cancer, like who cares?
Yeah,
Just go
who
for
cares?
it.
that was basically it too. They were like, as long as it's not like intravenous drugs where you're gonna get sick or something, like we don't give a shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
was the advice that I got from my doctor because I asked. I was like, like my friends have offered me marijuana. Like
A friend told me she was going to bring me some, and then she never did.
that fucking sucks, liars.
And now I work for, like a federally
You can't do
regulated
anything.
job, so I can't.
Yeah, and I
even though
can't-
It's legal here. I can't.
I can't do anything either. I mean, when I went back on chemo pills for a while, I used what do you call it, like cannabis oil or CBD.
Yeah.
Yeah, to help like with nausea and stuff. And it does help. And they're gummy bears. So
Really?
yeah, they're fucking gummy bears. It's amazing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And so that is the only cannabinoid thing that I utilize. And then I drank a couple times.
Mm.
And I subsisted off of like fucking tomato soup and goldfish for like 2 years. But no, I'm doing okay. I have to go in for another blood test in like 2 weeks, and I'm really not looking forward to it. Maybe I should go do it in Lolita, y'all. That'd be really funny.
That would be
honestly.
funny.
I mean, they always got
I
a kid.
wanted to wear Lolitas with my last chemo.
You should have.
I hadn't. I was just getting into it, and
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't had my first brand dress yet. Like I was trying to afford one, but I didn't work at the time because I lost my job when I was going to chemo. So yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. But then I worked with you after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was weird.
Well, I wanted to. No, it was a good job. But I wanted to always hang out with Denise, and she'd be like, "I gotta go, work," and I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
It was hard because it was fun talking, but Mary would be like, "You're not fucking."
Yeah.
I'm trying.
yeah."
Yeah. I'm trying to have fun and work at the same time. They can be combined. Fuck you. It sucks.
But no, instead we just make our own fun.
Yeah.
We could still work together if you need help. In the sweatshop. Actually, mine's the sweatshop.
Yours is really. She has this attic area, which is a
Yeah.
really nice space, but it is so fucking ungodly hot up there. If you could bread box yourself in there. It's
I
just
don't know what
bad.
that means, but yeah, I believe you.
Oh, okay.
Do you mean hot box?
Bread.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not hip with the weed terminology.
Hot boxing has been around forever, child.
Yeah, there's no
Just drink your fucking wine. I did see an AC unit up there, though.
sippy.
Where?
Next to the window?
No,
Where?
that was I think a heater.
Oh,
Am I
That's the
wrong?
opposite of helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
She had
a heater up there. My dad
Yeah.
did say he was bringing me an AC.
Oh, cool. Go, Dad.
Yeah, it was great.
I just don't know if he did yet.
Let me know if you need help, like putting stuff up because the walls are kind of tricky.
See, that's actually why I initially bought those lights.
Oh, for the
because I
wall.
kind of wanted to put them all over that room.
I want to do that with my space as well. I turn right. Oh, I need to
Do
take
it.
pictures.
I'm more likely to like do it for other people's houses.
You should come visit and help me. Oh my god, I'm such shit at hanging things
Almost
up.
sounds like we have really similar ideas anyway.
We
You're like,
do.
look, I'm doing an all pink computer, and I'm like, you are.
We were
Look at my
collaborating.
all pink computer.
We're both working. I mean, because you're working from home right now, right?
I
For the most
was,
part, For a
yeah.
while.
Mhm.
And you're back like the office partially.
Yes. Mhm.
Corona problems, y'all. Michigan, we got hit really hard.
But we're doing great now. Florida.
Yeah, Florida,
Florida.
and like Texas is exploding.
Yeah.
But our governor is the fucking brass tits and shut everything down, which was wonderful.
Big G.
Big Gretch. Love you, Big Gretch.
Big Gretch.
Big Gretch. But so I had to transition to working from home, which was wonderful. But you know, I had my space and I wanted it to be like color coordinated because there's that part inside of you as a Lolita where you're like, none of this shit matches, and I can't
Yeah.
survive
I
in
have
this
it
space.
too.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Did you
were
order that
talking
chair
about
the other
it.
day?
She's like, I can't find a white desk, and
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think that's how that started. So that was fun. I'll take pictures.
But yeah, and it helps too just when you do have a space that feels like truly your own. Like that's why I took over that one room for my sewing room because it did feel like I need, because otherwise everything was crammed into the guest room with the bed and everything. And I was like, I can't function here. And finally was just like, can I take over this room that was just storing all the random shit we hadn't bothered to unpack for 2 years?
Yeah.
And Jason was like, yeah, knock yourself out. And it's helped so much because I do have that space to organize and lay everything out. 2 closets below my crap.
Yeah, we're fortunate, and you have like you've got space to like kind of like move things out, and that's yeah. Oh my god, your basement's amazing. I could happily live in your basement.
I
Your
fell asleep
basement's
in
the
her
size of my
basement.
house.
I woke up, I'm like, I changed my mind. I want to live here.
It's so nice and cold down here. Oh my god.
All basements, man.
Yeah, basement is
life.
the place to live. I have like a mother-in-law suite in my basement set up kind of. It's
You're
not
like, this
nice
is the
like
new
this.
master bedroom.
Dude, it's so nice and cold down there. That's why I want to move all my Lolita shit down there for the summer. I mean, I want to put wardrobes in. I have a nice space, but I've turned it into an office space now. And with the amount of clothing that I have and storage and stuff, it's encroaching and it just feels like cramped.
Yeah.
And I'm running out of fucking space in that closet. I have too much bullshit. It is not good. It's being compressed and it's not good for the rest of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, being an adult and having your own space and having like an extra room that's devoted to like whatever hobby that you have so that you can kind of like access all the shit that you need in order to like enjoy it is super important for this.
So fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And creating that space.
Well, I just want to say thank you for your time, dear. It is wonderful to see you.
Highly
again. It's been-
requested.
Yes.
This is not what you wanted, but you got it. So
Dozens of you wrote in.
Dozens of us.
There are dozens of us.
Just me. I'm the only one
No one
that's
asked for
pushing for
this.
this.
No one wanted this.
Just
That's
dozens
what
of
you.
times.
I did.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you.
But yeah, thank you for your time. It's great. It's always great hanging out. You getting really wrecked.
I enjoy you so much as a friend, and I'm
so
very lucky to have you in my life.
looking forward to you.
Yes, I am very, very blessed to have such amazing friends, and that's another thing that Sabi is wonderful for is You find wonderful people.
Really? It's so true.
Yeah.
And some of the gems in Michigan, I never would have known about these places.
No.
If,
No.
it wasn't for com members saying, let's have a meet there.
I would have never found something that I have followed for 20 years if it wasn't for this woman. And you know what? So if you're pissed at me, you have her to blame. Okay.
What was it?
Yeah.
Back to Kudo.
Oh, yeah.
Ladylike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show. That's not being filmed in my usual space, but instead.
Celticfreefall, everyone.
Yeah.
Bring my own shit. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh.
I'm sorry.
And it's gone.
Save.
Okay.
Fun fact, all lolitas are alcoholic.